Development of lower lip is over. Now, development of upper lip. Before going to the development of upper lip, you should know some introduction. Okay, intro. See, this is the, I'll write the diagram. This is the frontonasal process which is developed from the mesoderm surrounding the forebrain, developing forebrain. This is the pericardial bulge, right? Now, this is the fused mandibular arch, and this is the mandibular process, and this is the maxillary process. This is maxillary process. This is fused mandibular process which forms the lower lip. Of course, this is the ectoderm. Okay, in this area also ectoderm surrounds the developed frontonasal process. Okay, in this region, on both the sides, two ectodermal thickenings are observed like this on both sides. These two are, which are ectodermal thickening on the surface, are called one nasal placode and another one is lens placode, which forms eyes. Remember, these are ectodermal thickenings. Right? Now, you should know how external nares are formed before knowing the development of upper lip. Okay? Because upper lip lies in close relation with the nose. That's why. Now, these are the nasal placodes which are on the surface. During the course of the development, these external thickenings, that is nasal placode, which are on the surface of the ectoderm, they will sink in the deeper region from the surface. Previously, they were on the surface. Now they are sinking in the deeper layers, okay, to forms nasal pits. Okay, and these nasal pits are continuous with the stomatodium. I will write the diagram. This is the first diagram in introduction. Second diagram looks like this. Before drawing diagram, nasal pits are formed by the sinking of nasal placodes. Okay, that's the summary. The margin of the nasal pit are thickened further. Okay, the medial raised margin is called medial nasal process. The lateral raised edge is called lateral nasal process. I will draw the diagram and label everything. So, this is the frontonasal process. And now what happens? Previously, these nasal placodes are on the surface. Now they are sinked and form a pit called nasal pit. And those margin of the nasal pit are thickened. This look like this. And these pits are continuous with stomatodium, which is primitive mouth. Looks like this. Okay, and these are lens placodes. Of course, this is maxillary process, and this is fused mandibular process. This is pericardial bulge, and this is ectoderm. Okay, this is the front view. Now what happens is, these are the raised edges of the nasal pit. This is the nasal pit which is continuous with the stomatodium. This medial this medial raised edge of nasal pit is called medial nasal process. And this lateral, for this one, this is lateral. I am writing for the labeling sake. This lateral raised edge of this nasal pit, which is continuous with the stomatodium, is called lateral nasal process. Nasal process. Now what happens is, this is the basic you should know. I will proceed further in the formation. This is introduction is over. This is formation of upper lip, right? In this formation, this maxillary process firstly fuses with the lateral nasal process, and then it grows medially to fuse with the medial nasal process. And later on, these two edges of the lateral nasal process and medial nasal process fuse with each other. What happens? They are separated from the primitive mouth, that is stomatodium. Okay, I will write the diagram. Started with fusing of maxillary process with the lateral nasal process. Okay, first point is maxillary process fuses with lateral nasal process. Now the diagram looks like this. This is the frontonasal process. This is the lateral nasal process. This is lateral nasal process. Now this maxillary process fuses with the, of course this is the lens placodes, fuses with the lateral nasal process. This is how it looks like. Okay, the upper one is maxillary process, and the lower one is mandibular process. This is the mandibular process which forms the lower lip. Okay, see here, it is fused with the lateral nasal process. Maxillary process is fused with the lateral nasal process. Of course, this is the pericardial bulge, no need to mention. Ectoderm surrounds. Now second point is, this again maxillary process fuses with the lateral nasal process, medial nasal process. Firstly, it is fused with the lateral nasal process. Now it fuses with the medial nasal process. Later on, these two lateral and medial nasal processes fuse with each other and separate from the primitive mouth. So the diagram looks like this. I will write maxillary process fuses with medial nasal process. So the diagram looks like this is the frontonasal process. And this is the developing nares, lateral, medial, lateral. Okay, these are the lens placodes. Now this maxillary process also fuses with the both lateral and medial nasal processes. Okay, see here, it is fused with these both. It's the pericardial bulge. Ectoderm surrounds, that's all common. Okay, this is the maxillary process and this is mandibular process. See here, it is fused with both lateral nasal process and medial nasal process, maxillary process. Okay, the third point in this is the lateral and medial nasal processes fuse with each other and separate from the stomatodium. Okay, the final diagram looks like this. These are the lens placodes. Okay, frontonasal process. This is the maxillary process. I will write first the external nares, which are just formed by the fusion of lateral nasal process and medial nasal process and by the separation of these two from the stomatodium. This is how it looks like. Now, of course, this is the mandibular process which forms the lower lip, and this is the maxillary process. Look here. These lateral and medial nasal process, this is the lateral one and this is the medial nasal process, are fused with each other and they are separated from the stomatodium. Okay. Now, this is called external nares. This is called external nares. Okay. Firstly, nasal placode, and they will sink and form a pit called nasal pit. Nasal pit gives rise to finally external nares. Okay. Now, this is the we should know development of upper lip. This is the frontonasal portion. Okay. During development, this frontonasal portion between these two external nares will become smaller in size, okay, in width, and then these two external nares come close to each other and forms nose. Okay, now these are the maxillary process. The middle region is the frontonasal process. The upper lip is formed by the both maxillary process and frontonasal process. The lateral part of the upper lip is formed by the maxillary process and the median region is formed by the frontonasal process. I will write the diagram. So, if we consider the upper lip, these are the lateral part of the upper lip, right? And they are formed by the maxillary process. This one, maxillary process. And the median region is formed by the median region, which is this one, which forms philtrum. Okay, this is how it looks like, right? The median region is formed by the frontonasal process. Okay, this is frontonasal process. From frontonasal process, this lateral part, this is median region of the upper lip. Lateral region of the upper lip is formed by the maxillary process, from maxillary process. Okay, this is how upper lip is formed. Development of palate. Now, development of lower lip and development of upper lip are over. The third one is development of palate. So, if I take a horizontal section in this region, I will take a horizontal section in this region. The horizontal section looks like this. This is the frontonasal process in the middle region, which forms the median part of the upper lip, and these two are the maxillary processes, which forms the lateral part of the upper lip. Okay, what happens is this frontonasal process gives rise to, this is the frontonasal process, it will give a backward projection that is called, in the median region, this will give projection like this. This is called primitive palate. This is primitive palate. This is of course maxillary process, and this is frontonasal process. Okay. Now I will take a section like this. I will cut in the coronal section like this and see how it looks like. These two are maxillary processes. Remember, in the upper region of the mouth, this is the cavity of the mouth, right? And this is the lower upper lip. In the upper region, nasal septum is also forming. Okay, in the middle portion. This is how it looks like. Okay, green. This is the nasal septum, developing nasal septum. What happens is the medial part of the maxillary process proliferate towards the medial region. This is how it looks like. They proliferate and forms like this. Okay. These processes which grow medially from the maxillary process are called palatal processes. Two palatal processes. Okay, palatal process are originating from maxillary process. Okay, in this coronal section you can see them like this. These two are palatal process, right? So this is the basic. The development of palate is the result of fusion of three elements. Okay, which are those three elements? One, unpaired primitive palate, which arises from the frontonasal process, and paired palatal processes, three elements, that's all, is by the fusion of three elements. Which are those? One, primitive palate, palate. This is from frontonasal process. This is one in number, single, unpaired. And palatal processes, these are paired. And these arise from maxillary process. Okay. Now, if these three elements are fused, palate is formed. That's all. This is how it looks like. Remember, this primitive palate after development forms the premaxilla, which bears the incisor teeth. Okay, 4 incisor teeth. This is the premaxilla formed by the after fusion. I am talking. See, these three elements, right? They are fused now. Two palatal processes, one primitive palate, they are fused now. After fusion, primitive palate forms premaxilla, which bears incisor teeth. These are incisor teeth for premaxilla. Remember, the fusion starts from anterior part and end in posterior part. This is the fusion, direction of fusion from anterior to posterior. Okay, this is the direction of fusion. Now, in palate, you know, there is hard palate and soft palate, right? The mesoderm in the anterior portion of this definitive palate, the finally formed palate is called definitive palate, gets membranous ossification and forms hard palate. So this portion undergo membranous ossification. Mesoderm of anterior portion undergo membranous ossification. Membranous ossification to form hard palate. Okay. But in the posterior most part, the mesoderm remains as it is. It will not undergo membranous ossification and forms soft palate. This is soft palate, and also it bears uvula. Soft palate. Okay, this is the development of palate. The palate is derived from three elements. One, primitive palate, which is the extension of frontonasal process, and two, palatal processes, which are two in number, that develop from the maxillary processes. The fusion of these three elements results in final definitive palate. And ossification of the anterior part results in hard palate, and soft palate remains as it is. Mesoderm will not get ossified.